Welcome to our daily devotional, Spirit 23. Today's devotion comes from Book 2 of The Chosen. The title of the devotion is Follower. Then Jesus declared, I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never go hungry, and whoever believes in me will never be thirsty. John 6:35. Reporter, the backlash from Jesus' bread of life statement continues to polarize the region. Not surprisingly, his claims incensed those within the Sanhedrin, but they're also hitting close to home. Many households are now divided over Jesus and where following him will actually lead. We have with us one of Jesus' followers to give us an idea of what's going on. Thank you for being willing to share your perspective. Let's start from the beginning. The first time you heard Jesus teach was the day before the infamous bread of life statement on the mountainside near Bethsaida. Follower, that's correct. My husband and I went thinking we'd only be there for a few hours, but we were amazed by his words and ended up staying the entire day. It was late and we were hungry, but neither of us wanted to leave. Reporter, and that's when Jesus multiplied the bread and fish? Follower, yes, it was like nothing we'd ever seen. Every person ate until they were full. I looked at my husband and said, surely he is the prophet we are expecting. Reporter, and was your husband in agreement? Follower, at the time, yes. He even sided with those who wanted to force Jesus to accept the kingship, though he sadly changed his mind the next day. Reporter, I've heard many impassioned accounts about what happened that day. Incredibly, Jesus' statement about bread eclipsed his miracle of multiplying it. What happened? Follower, the next morning we found Jesus on the other side of the lake. There was already a crowd, and they were asking him questions. He started talking to them about how they wanted food that spoils versus food that endures to eternal life. Reporter, do you think Jesus was suggesting that the only reason they were following him was for more bread? Follower, yes, because the only reason most of them were following him was for more bread. The crowd was annoyed when he refused to produce it. When he instead said, I am the bread that came down from the heaven, they grumbled. Reporter, but not you? Follower, I didn't care about food. I was hungry for his words. My heart was pounding as he spoke, like something powerful was drawing me to him. At one point, someone asked Jesus, what must we do to be doing the works of God? As soon as he said, this is the work of God, that you believe in him whom he has sent. I rejoiced because I do believe in him. Reporter, you believe that he is the Son of God sent from heaven, that he is the bread of life? Follower, I do. He went on to explain that those who believe have eternal life, and whoever eats his bread will live forever. The bread is his flesh, which he will give for the life of the world. Reporter, and that didn't offend you? I understand most of the crowd found those words to be shocking and reprehensible. Follower, if taken literally, they would be. I agree it's a hard teaching, but it's not difficult to understand. I chose to accept that Jesus has come down from heaven to nourish us and give us eternal life. Reporter, but your husband did not? How does he feel about your decision? And how might this affect your relationship? Follower, mostly he's concerned, but I'm glad he's still paying close attention because the truth will come out. That we can count on. As far as our relationship, we'll be okay. This story is far from over. Prayer focus. Take a moment to pray for those who don't know the bread of life. Ask God for the opportunity to share who he is and what he came to do. Thank you for joining us today.